In our 49 years of marriage, Ken Hemphill and I have done a lot of different things in ministry. When we moved to Norfolk, Virginia in 1981, we had just experienced the death of our stillborn son, and I was expecting our third daughter, Katie. During that time, I was hurting emotionally, physically, and spiritually. During that season of life, God called me to ministry with women through a study called What Happens When Women Pray. You know, as those women prayed together, God opened doors for us to minister. And one of the things I discovered was that 1/3 of the women sitting in your pews and in our pews had had some kind of shameful experience. Some of them had been victims of incest and rape and just molestation, or they'd had parents who were alcoholics. As I ministered those women, I was overwhelmed by the need for us to pray together and minister together. There's a story in the Bible that has helped me understand the folks in our churches who experience shame and how Jesus cares about them. In Matthew 9 and in Mark 5, the story is told of a woman with an issue of blood. She had sought help from every doctor. She'd spent everything she had. Her shame was public because she was not allowed to go to worship or to pray during that shame. This is the reality for women around the world that I've met in Islam and Hinduism and animism. But Jesus honored that woman. He not only delivered her from her illness, but he restored her honor by calling her publicly in front of the disciples after she touched his cloak. He said, "Woman, your faith has made you well." In our hurting day, in our time, in our convention, when women have faced shame and difficulty and degradation, Jesus is the one who restores us. I believe that with all of my heart, and I want it to be true for you and for the women in our pews. Thank you so much for letting me share.